Hi everybody, thank you for watching Real Attitude Fishing. My name is Paul. Today I'm going to show you how to fillet pike. First off, I start with a lot of paper towels. These are pretty slimy fish. If you've caught one, you know. I start by wiping them from the head to the tail, wiping each side, wiping the back. I mean, it all doesn't come off, but you do the best you can. Have a good fillet knife. Today I'm using my 4-inch Rapala blade. It's an okay knife. Keep it sharp, it works really good. Alright, so that first cut, first fillet, you make from the dorsal fin back towards the tail. And these fillets are to hopefully keep as many bones out as possible. Usually it comes out bone free. So you start at the base of the dorsal fin, work your way back, and fillet from the dorsal fin back towards the tail. I flip it over, take it off the skin. I feel like my knife should have been a little bit sharper for this, but hey, it is what it is. I put that fillet into a bowl of water, as cold as you can get it. Usually I put ice in there, but for this video I didn't. Flip it over, same deal. Find the where the dorsal fins meet up, start there, cut down till you hit the spine, work your way back to the tail, running your knife along that spine. Same deal. Take that fillet off from the skin, put that in your water. Now for the next cut, I start at where the gills line up with the head. So go from the top of the fish down to that spine again. And work your way all the way back towards the tail, riding that spine all the way down. And cut it free. Then, same sort of deal. Hold on to it, slide your knife down, fillet that piece of meat off the skin. And you end up with a pretty good fillet. It does end up with somewhat of the spine going down the middle. I cut that out before I cook it. So that goes in the water too. And then the next cut is on the left hand and right hand side of the spine. There's some bones. You can feel those there. You want to go on the inside of the bone, between the skin and that bone. And you want to run your knife down that. This is probably the hardest fillet to get off of it. But Northern have that Y bone in there next to their spine, and it's really, you can't traditionally fillet it. I mean, you can, but you're going to have a good bit of bones. But this is the best way to keep your bones out of that side fillet. And you just run your knife down, working down the side of those bones, filleting the meat off. Do the best you can. I'm no pro at this, and I get it done. Work it down till you get to the belly. Try not to puncture the belly, but if you do, it's not too big of a deal. You rinse off. I rinse off all the fillets anyway. You work your way all the way down. Then I cut the skin so that it comes off in a nice fillet. Like I said, not perfect, but hey, good enough for me. Same deal. Run your knife down that skin and cut the meat off the skin. Hold on to that skin. The better you hold it, the easier that knife is going to go down. And the sharper the knife you have, the better it will go and easier it will go too. Sometimes I feel bones in there. If I do, cut those out. always rub your fingers down, see if you have any bones in there. Okay, other side, same thing. It's got those bones running down the side of the spine there, and you just cut your meat off from the inside of that. Work your way down, same as you did on the previous side. You can spin the fish around. I didn't do that, but it'd probably be easier if I did. Same deal. Run your knife down those bones along the side. Your meat's on the skin side, so do the best you can to stay right on the edge of those bones, those Y bones. Work your way all the way down, same as before. Try not to puncture the belly. Then cut that skin away. Work your way all the way down. You'll go down the ribs and all that. And then once you get to the cutting board, you just push a little harder, go through the skin so you can pull that off as a fillet again. Same as the other side. And I cut that off. Same as all the rest. Cut the meat off from the skin. Feel it. See if you have any bones in there. If you do, cut them out. If not, throw it in the water. My next step is to rinse the fillets. I do this for a good, I would say 2 minutes, just rinsing in cold water and rinsing it and changing the water and rinsing it, because they are kind of a slimy fish, and if I got any slime on that meat, I'd want to get it off. Most of the time I don't. I keep my cutting board clean. My next step is I drain the water out of that bowl, put the fillets on a napkin, more napkins, and pat those dry because I'm going to vacuum seal it. So that's my last step, is to vacuum seal, but I like to make sure that these are at least pat dry so that water isn't in the freezer bag when I freeze it. So I like to keep them nice and dry. After they're dried, I get my FoodSaver. Seal the one end of the bag. I really like this machine. It's pretty easy to use. Like 2 buttons and that's pretty much it. Yeah, rip off enough bag that you think that your meat can fit in. You can separate it if you want, but I usually put whatever fish we catch for the day in one bag. So what I do is keep all the fish that was caught that day in the same freezer bag. And I try to lay them in there separated as best I can. Put it back in there, vacuum and seal that bag. And this lasts for a really long time. I've eaten fish out of a vacuum seal, especially northern, probably a year after it's been frozen, and it's still just as good as when it went in. I mark the date, what's in it, what lake we caught it on, just for my own personal records. Get that in the freezer. That's it. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. See you next time.